From wooden frames powered by Volkswagen engines to carbon fiber masterpieces rivaling factory fighters, ordinary people in suburban garages created machines that changed aviation forever. How did garage-built aircraft change aviation history? The Evans 5P, one Volksplane, emerged in 1966 as a revolutionary concept that democratized amateur aviation across America. Designed by William Samuel Evans, this masterpiece proved ordinary people could build flying machines using basic woodworking skills and readily available materials. The fuselage relied on spruce wood and plywood, while power came from modified Volkswagen automotive engines, producing 60 horsepower maximum output. Construction required approximately 500 hours of dedicated work, with builders spending around 2,000 United States dollars on materials during the late 60s. The airframe featured conventional tube and fabric covering techniques familiar to garage craftsmen nationwide. Wings spanned 24 feet, providing stable flight characteristics suitable for novice constructors attempting their first home-built project under experimental category registration guidelines. Performance delivered cruise speeds near 85 knots at altitudes below 8,000 feet, while fuel consumption remained economical at roughly 4 gallons per hour. The open cockpit design connected pilots directly with the elements, recreating sensations experienced by aviation pioneers decades earlier. Landing gear used simple bungee cord suspension, reducing complexity and maintenance demands for weekend aviators exploring their local airports. This affordable approach inspired thousands of aviation enthusiasts who previously considered aircraft ownership an impossible dream. Builders across small towns and suburban garages discovered they could join the flying community without factory expenses. While wood defined this era, the next chapter would embrace metal construction techniques borrowed from certified manufacturing practices, proving evolution never stops. Maury Hummel introduced his compact aluminum creation in 1980, offering builders an all-metal alternative to fabric-covered designs. The Hummelbird represented a significant technical evolution, featuring riveted construction methods borrowed directly from certified aircraft manufacturing. Wingspan measured only 28 feet, while the fuselage stretched just 15 feet from spinner to tail, creating an incredibly efficient package fitting easily inside standard residential garages. Powered by half of a Volkswagen Type 1 engine, the conversion produced 30 horsepower through a direct drive propeller system. Empty weight barely exceeded 250 pounds, allowing the single-seat configuration to operate under ultralight regulations in many jurisdictions. Builders appreciated detailed plans that included full-scale templates, eliminating guesswork during fabrication processes. Construction time averaged 600 hours for most amateur constructors. Cruise performance reached 75 knots, while fuel burn stayed below 3 gallons per hour, making cross-country flights economically viable for budget-conscious aviators. The low-wing layout provided excellent visibility and sporty handling characteristics that delighted pilots accustomed to more sedate training aircraft. Takeoff runs required only 300 feet on calm days, enabling operations from grass strips and private properties nationwide. Metal construction offered durability advantages over fabric covering, reducing long-term maintenance and protecting against weather deterioration common in outdoor storage situations. The engineering demonstrated that small dimensions didn't mean compromised capability. Every component served multiple purposes in efficient design philosophy. Yet across the Atlantic, a British engineer was crafting something entirely different, blending European sophistication with backyard ingenuity. British aerospace engineer John Taylor shocked the aviation community in 1958 when he rolled out his home-built fighter from a modest shed in Essex. The Taylor JT1 combined sleek aesthetics with genuine performance capabilities rarely seen in amateur-built designs of that era. Constructed entirely in his spare time using basic hand tools, this remarkable machine proved professional engineering. Expertise could overcome limited resources when paired with unwavering determination. The airframe utilized steel tube fuselage construction covered with lightweight aluminum panels, while wooden wings incorporated carefully shaped ribs for optimal aerodynamic efficiency across the flight envelope. A Lycoming O320 engine, delivering 160 horsepower, provided spirited acceleration and sustained high-speed flight. Wingspan reached only 22 feet, contributing to exceptional roll rates and nimble handling that impressed even military test pilots. Performance figures astonished observers. Cruise speeds exceeded 170 knots, with maximum velocity approaching 200 knots in shallow dives at sea level. Rate of climb surpassed 1,500 feet per minute, rivaling contemporary factory-built sports planes, costing exponentially more. Fuel capacity of 30 gallons enabled flights lasting nearly 3 hours, sufficient for exploring the British countryside or crossing the English Channel safely. Taylor's achievement demonstrated innovation thrived outside corporate hangars when talented individuals pursued their visions without compromise or apology to conventional thinking. His methodical approach to design and testing established standards that influenced generations of European home builders seeking similar accomplishments. Back stateside, another revolution was brewing, one that would bring ultralight simplicity to thousands of American backyards. The Quad City Challenger II revolutionized ultralight aviation when it debuted in 1983, offering a complete kit that transformed backyard dreams into airborne reality. Designed by Quad City Ultralights Company in Moline, Illinois, this high-wing configuration emphasized simplicity and reliability above all else. Pilots with minimal experience could safely operate the aircraft after appropriate training. Aluminum tube construction combined with Dacron fabric covering created a lightweight yet robust structure capable of withstanding grass strip operations. The Rotax 447 engine, producing 40 horsepower through a reduction gearbox, delivered adequate performance while maintaining legendary reliability. Assembly required roughly 120 hours with clear instructions guiding builders through each step systematically. Cruise speeds settled around 45 knots, while fuel consumption remained frugal at approximately 2 gallons per hour from the 5-gallon tank. Maximum altitude rarely exceeded 10,000 feet, though most flights explored low-level routes where pilots could appreciate landscapes. Empty weight of just 270 pounds allowed single-person assembly and transport on small trailers effortlessly. This accessible design demolished barriers that had kept ordinary people grounded, proving flight needn't require enormous financial investment. Local flying clubs formed around these machines, creating communities where knowledge and enthusiasm were freely shared. But for those craving competition excitement, a purpose-built racer was emerging from Midwestern workshops with revolutionary ideas. John Manette unveiled his Sonerai I in 1971, specifically targeting pilots who craved competition excitement on modest budgets. The Sonerai I, derived its name from Son of Ares, emerged as a purpose-built racer designed around Formula V racing specifications that mandated Volkswagen power plants. This clever restriction leveled the playing field, ensuring victories came from superior piloting skills. The diminutive airframe featured a span of only 16 feet 6 inches, with the fuselage measuring barely 14 feet from propeller to tail. Wooden wing construction employed foam ribs and fiberglass skins, achieving remarkable strength-to-weight ratios through advanced composite techniques. The modified VW engine, producing between 50 and 70 horsepower, turned a fixed-pitch propeller at high revolutions efficiently. Race speeds regularly exceeded 130 knots on the pylons, while fuel consumption stayed reasonable at 4 gallons per hour during competitive flying. The low wing configuration and minimal frontal area reduced drag significantly, translating every available horsepower into forward velocity. Pilots sat in reclined positions beneath sliding bubble canopies, optimizing streamlining while maintaining adequate visibility. Manette's creation democratized air racing, allowing weekend builders to compete against purpose-built machines costing exponentially more. Workshops across America hummed with activity as constructors fabricated components and shared techniques, yet even this impressive performer would soon face fierce competition from a minimalist speed demon engineered purely for pylon domination. Tom Cassutt created his eponymous racer in 1953, engineering a minimalist speed machine that would dominate Formula One air racing for decades. The Cassutt Special featured a tubular steel fuselage with fabric covering stretched over wooden formers, prioritizing lightweight and aerodynamic cleanliness. Every component served a purpose. Anything unnecessary was ruthlessly eliminated during the design process completely. Continental C 85 engines producing 85 horsepower represented the typical power plant choice, though some builders experimented with modified automotive conversions, seeking marginal advantages. Wingspan measured just 15 feet, creating tremendous maneuverability around racing pylons while generating sufficient lift through high-speed airflow. Empty weight hovered around 450 pounds, enabling takeoff runs shorter than 500 feet. Competition speeds frequently reached 170 knots, with properly prepared examples exceeding 180 knots during qualifying runs. Fuel capacity of 12 gallons sufficed for typical heat races, lasting 15 to 20 minutes, keeping weight minimal. The laminar flow wing profile reduced drag dramatically, allowing relatively modest power outputs to achieve remarkable velocities consistently. Racing success brought Cassutt widespread recognition, with builders worldwide replicating his design through plans offered at affordable prices. The Formula One class became synonymous with his creation, filling starting grids at Reno and regional events. While speed dominated these skies, another philosophy was taking shape, one that valued grace and nostalgia over stopwatch numbers. The Stolp SA 500 Starlet, designed by Lou Stolp in 1964, represented a deliberate step backward toward aviation's romantic golden age. While contemporaries chased speed records, this charming biplane emphasized aesthetic beauty and pure flying enjoyment. The design philosophy prioritized grace over performance metrics completely. Wooden construction throughout the airframe showcased traditional craftsmanship techniques passed down through generations. Wing ribs were hand-carved from spruce, then covered with grade A cotton fabric in multiple dope coats. Continental A65 engines, delivering 65 horsepower, provided adequate power, spinning wooden propellers rhythmically during flight. Cruise velocity settled around 70 knots, while fuel burn remained modest at roughly 4 gallons per hour. Open cockpit configuration placed pilots directly into the slipstream, where leather helmets and goggles became essential equipment. Takeoff distances stretched beyond 800 feet, reflecting the leisurely performance envelope intended. Builders discovered that constructing the Starlet became as rewarding as flying it, with each rib representing personal accomplishment. Weekend workshops transformed into meditation spaces where stress evaporated. But while some cherished yesterday, others dreamed of capturing wartime fighter spirit in compact all-metal packages designed for speed. Robert Bushby shocked the home-built community in 1948 when he introduced his all-metal fighter replica scaled for amateur construction. The Midget Mustang captured wartime fighter essence in a compact package measuring just 16 feet. This wasn't slavish copying, but original interpretation, honoring aesthetics while incorporating modern lessons learned. Aluminum monocoque construction utilized riveted skins over formed bulkheads, techniques borrowed from wartime production now accessible to garage builders. Lycoming O290 engines, producing 100 horsepower, provided spirited performance throughout the envelope. Empty weight approached 650 pounds, while gross weight reached 1,050 pounds maximum. Performance delivered cruise speeds near 140 knots, with maximum velocity approaching 170 knots during passes. Rate of climb exceeded 1,200 feet per minute, enabling quick altitude transitions or energetic aerobatics. Fuel capacity of 26 gallons supported flights lasting approximately 2 hours for regional trips undertaken. Bushby's creation directly influenced Richard van Grunsven when he began designing what would become legendary aircraft. The engineering principles and construction methods established here provided proven foundation. One visionary would take these lessons and create something reshaping experimental aviation forever, setting standards nobody imagined possible. Richard van Grunsven revolutionized experimental aviation in 1971 when he introduced the Van's RV-3, synthesizing everything learned from previous generations. This represented a quantum leap in what amateur constructors could achieve when sophisticated engineering merged with practical techniques. The design balanced performance, efficiency, comfort, and handling in rare proportions. All-metal construction employed proven riveting methods accessible to builders with moderate skills and dedication. Lycoming O320 engines, producing 160 horsepower, delivered robust performance across the operating envelope. Wingspan measured 23 feet, incorporating refined airfoil sections and careful attention to laminar flow characteristics throughout design. Cruise speeds regularly reached 160 knots while consuming only 7 gallons per hour efficiently. Rate of climb approached 1,500 feet per minute, making mountain flying practical and enjoyable always. Side by side, seating accommodated 2 occupants comfortably, though most examples prioritized single-seat performance flying. This singular design spawned an entire family dominating experimental aviation worldwide, with thousands completed across 6 continents. Vans Aircraft Corporation grew from garage operation into preeminent kit manufacturer globally. Yet the story wasn't finished, as modern materials and German precision would soon reinterpret classic fighter aesthetics for the 21st century. German engineer Bernhard Zeitler introduced the Silence Twister in 2000, bringing 21st century materials to classic fighter aesthetics. The Silence Twister drew clear inspiration from wartime legends like Supermarine Spitfire and North American Mustang. Carbon fiber and fiberglass replaced aluminum throughout, achieving strength-to-weight ratios that redefined performance expectations. The airframe emerged from female molds, ensuring consistent quality and reducing construction time to approximately 800 hours. Lycoming IO 340 engines, producing 180 horsepower, turned constant speed propellers, optimizing efficiency. Wingspan measured 23 feet, while overall length reached 20 feet, creating balanced dimensions. Empty weight remained below 800 pounds. Cruise performance exceeded 190 knots at altitude, while fuel consumption stayed reasonable at 9 gallons per hour. Maximum velocity approached 220 knots, delivering exhilarating straight-line speed, satisfying demanding pilots. Rate of climb surpassed 2,000 feet per minute, making altitude transitions effortless and aerobatic routines dynamic throughout. This remarkable aircraft proved the spirit driving garage builders hadn't diminished despite technological advances and regulatory complexities. Workshops worldwide continue producing these masterpieces, with builders sharing progress through online communities transcending geographic boundaries. The fundamental human desire to create and fly remains unchanged from earlier generations, merely expressed through different materials, ensuring legacy endures. Steel became wings because passion refused limits. Every rivet-driven proved dreams fly when determination meets action. Which design inspired you most? Smash that like button and drop your favorite in the comments below. Hit subscribe and the notification bell so you never miss our next flight into aviation history. Share this with fellow dreamers who believe the impossible. Keep watching what appears next. Bye-bye.